Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling something that I know is on all of your minds as business owners,
Always.
company valuation, but with a bit of a twist.
Ooh, fun.
We're not just talking about, you know, those hard numbers and crunching those spreadsheets.
Right, right.
We're really going to be exploring the idea of company culture
Yeah,
and how a really vibrant and magnetic culture can actually increase your business's value.
absolutely.
And that's what this article we're diving into today is all about.
Oh,
It's called Five Ways an Entrepreneurial Culture Increases Company Value.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So, it's so easy to get caught up in profits and the bottom line,
Oh, for sure.
but investors are increasingly taking notice of the less tangible
Hmm.
parts of a business, like
Yeah.
company culture, and seeing it as this hidden asset
Yeah, almost like this secret weapon.
that can make or break a deal.
Totally. Yeah.
And the article specifically zones in on mid-market companies,
Okay.
which is perfect,
Perfect for us.
for you guys out there
Yeah.
listening, because it's a different ball game
Totally.
than those, giant mega corporations.
Right.
And mid-sized companies actually have this unique advantage
Oh, interesting.
when it comes to building this strong culture.
It's true. Like when you think about it, when you have a smaller company, you can really focus on building those personal relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like that small town feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Right.
Everyone's contributing and invested.
Totally.
And that personal touch can be huge when you're trying to, cultivate this really great culture.
It makes a huge difference.
And, it's not just some feel-good concept.
Yeah.
The article highlights some pretty powerful data from Columbia Business School.
Oh, wow.
They found that 91%
Wow.
of executives believe that culture is important to their firms,
That's a huge number.
and almost 80%
Wow.
put culture as in the top factors driving a company's value.
That's so interesting.
It's really interesting. Yeah. And what I find fascinating is how this translates into actual, decisions.
Right.
So the research found that over half of executives,
Hmm.
like 54% to be exact, would actually walk away from an acquisition
Really?
if the culture wasn't a good fit.
Wow.
And over a third would actually demand a discount of 10 to 30%
What?
for a company with a weak culture.
That's a huge hit.
It's a huge hit
Yeah.
to your valuation just because, things don't feel quite right.
Just for a bad vibe.
Yeah. So it really makes you realize that
Yeah.
building a strong culture isn't just about, making your employees happy
Oh,
or offering free snacks or whatever.
ping pong tables.
It's a strategic decision
It's a business decision.
that can really impact your bottom line.
Yeah. It's not just about profits anymore. It's about building something that's sustainable and resilient for the long haul.
Exactly. And that comes from having, a really solid cultural foundation.
Absolutely.
And then the article dives into 5 key ways that an entrepreneurial culture specifically
Okay.
can actually boost company value.
Got it.
And the first one focuses on attracting and retaining top talent,
Oh, that's a good one.
which is so important
Super important. Yeah.
because, you might not have the same high-profile career paths
Right.
as some of those Fortune 500 companies,
Right.
but you can offer something they can't,
Yeah.
which is a sense of purpose,
Right.
a place where people feel valued,
Hmm.
heard, empowered.
Yeah.
There's that saying,
What is it?
people don't leave bad jobs, they leave bad bosses.
It's so true.
But a company with a great culture flips that on its head.
Totally.
People stay because they love being there.
Right.
They feel like they're part of something meaningful.
Yeah, they're invested.
And when you have low turnover, you save tons of money
Oh, for sure.
on recruiting and training.
Yeah,
And your employees are more productive
absolutely.
because they're, engaged
Yes.
and invested in the success of the company. Speaking of productivity, that's actually the third pillar of value
Okay.
that the article talks about.
Interesting.
And it's not just about working harder,
Right.
but it's about working smarter.
Yeah.
In a company with a strong culture,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's on the same page,
Everyone's rowing in the same direction.
Exactly. They understand the mission,
Mm-hmm.
the values, and they're all working together
Yeah.
to achieve those shared goals.
That's awesome.
And it's like a well-oiled machine.
I love that analogy.
Right.
Okay.
Everyone knows their role.
Yeah.
They trust each other.
Totally.
And they're all, contributing
Yeah.
to make the company successful.
It's beautiful.
And that kind of efficiency leads to lower costs, higher profits,
For sure.
which definitely, catches the eye of those investors.
Absolutely. Like
Right.
that's what they want to see.
And it's like this virtuous cycle,
Yeah.
right? A strong culture leads to greater productivity,
Mm-hmm.
which leads to better financial performance,
Yeah.
which then, further strengthens the culture.
It just keeps building on itself.
Like a win-win
Totally a win-win for everyone.
for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
But I think it's really clear that building a strong company culture isn't just about creating a happy workplace.
Right.
It's actually a strategic move
Yeah.
that can significantly impact your company's value.
It's an investment
Exactly.
in your future success.
And investors are looking for that.
Sure.
They want to see a business that's not only successful in the short term,
Right.
but also sustainable and resilient
Long term.
in the long term.
Yeah.
And that comes from having that strong cultural foundation.
Exactly. Okay, so moving on to the second key area, the article highlights
Okay.
innovation and agility,
Yes.
which can be huge drivers of value, especially for those mid-market companies looking to, really scale and grow.
Absolutely. It feels like the business world is changing so fast these days.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be able to adapt and come up with new ideas constantly just to, stay ahead of the game.
Totally. And that's what an entrepreneurial culture is all about, right? It's about encouraging that creative energy.
Yeah.
It's about letting people experiment, take risks, share their ideas, no matter how out there they might seem.
It's like creating a space where it's okay to fail
Yeah.
because, failure is just a stepping stone
Right.
to something even better.
A learning opportunity.
Exactly. And remember that small town advantage
Oh, yeah.
we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It comes into play here too, right?
Totally.
In a smaller, more nimble company, those new ideas,
Mm-hmm.
they can gain traction much quicker.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through all those layers of bureaucracy.
Right. You can just try things out.
Exactly. You're more agile.
Much more agile.
And that ability to adapt quickly to those changing market conditions
Mm-hmm.
is incredibly valuable to investors
For sure.
because it shows that you're not stuck in the past.
Right.
You're ready to embrace the future.
You're forward thinking.
Exactly.
I love that.
All right. So moving on to the fourth pillar that the article really dives into.
Okay, let's hear it.
Customer loyalty
Ooh.
and brand reputation.
Okay.
It's cheaper to keep an existing customer
Always.
than to acquire a new one.
Oh, so true.
And a strong company culture can play such a huge role
Yeah.
in building that loyalty.
It makes sense.
Think about those brands that you love,
Yeah.
the ones you keep going back to time and time again.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about the products or services.
Right.
It's about how they make you feel.
Totally.
It's the experience.
Right. It's that feeling of being valued,
Yeah.
respected, understood.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes directly from the company culture.
It's the heart and soul of the company.
Exactly. And it's like that saying, right?
What's that?
Culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Ooh, I like that one.
Right. You can have the best strategy in the world,
Yeah.
but if your culture isn't aligned with it,
Doesn't matter.
it's not going to work. And, when you create a culture that really prioritizes customer service,
Yeah.
that goes above and beyond to meet their needs,
Mm-hmm.
it shows.
It does.
Customers notice that
do.
they appreciate it.
They come back for more.
And they become these loyal advocates for your brand.
It's like free advertising.
It really is. It's
Okay.
like having a whole army of brand ambassadors
I love it.
singing your praises out there,
Yeah.
bringing in new customers,
The best kind of marketing.
and you didn't even have to pay them.
Exactly. That's the power of culture.
That's the power of a strong company culture.
Okay, so on to the fifth and final point the article highlights.
Okay.
Risk mitigation and compliance.
Okay.
Now, I know this might not sound as exciting as innovation
Right.
or customer loyalty,
Yeah.
but it is absolutely crucial when it comes to valuation.
It's the foundation.
It really is.
Yeah.
Investors and buyers, they want to know that they're putting their money into a company
Yeah.
that is stable, reliable, trustworthy, and a strong company culture can actually help you mitigate risk
Yeah.
in so many different ways.
For example,
Yeah.
when your employees are really aligned with the company values
Mm-hmm.
and ethical standards,
Yeah.
they're less likely to make decisions that could put the business at risk.
It's got that moral compass.
Exactly. It's about creating this culture of accountability
I like that.
where everyone understands the importance of doing things the right way,
Right.
even when no one's looking.
It's about integrity.
Exactly.
It's doing the right thing even when it's hard.
And that kind of integrity
Yeah.
is invaluable.
It's a
It
win.
builds trust
Mm-hmm.
with your employees, your customers, your investors,
Yeah, everyone.
your partners.
It's the foundation of a good business.
And ultimately, that trust translates into a more stable
Mm-hmm.
and valuable business.
Absolutely. It's like building a house on a solid foundation.
I love that.
Right. A strong culture provides that foundation, making your company more resilient, able to weather any storm that comes its way.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So, as a business owner, listening to all of this,
Yeah.
what does all of this really mean for you?
Mm-hmm.
What's that one small change
Right.
you can make today
Yeah.
to start building a more
Yeah.
entrepreneurial culture
Right.
that's actually going to, drive your company's value up?
Well, it could be something as simple as just taking the time to really listen to your team.
Oh, yeah.
Really create that space where they feel comfortable sharing their ideas,
Yeah.
no matter how crazy they might seem.
And it's not just about listening, right?
Right.
It's about taking action on that feedback,
Absolutely.
showing your team that their voices are heard
Mm-hmm.
and that their opinions matter.
That they're valued.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's, taking a closer look at your company's values,
Oh, that's a good one.
right? Are they just words on a wall,
Right?
or are they truly reflected in the way you do business every single day?
You got to walk the walk.
You got to walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
It's about that consistency and that authenticity.
Absolutely.
I think the key here is intentionality.
Yeah.
Don't just let your culture happen by accident.
Right.
You need to take the time to shape it,
Yeah.
nurture it,
Cultivate it.
and then, watch it blossom into this powerful engine
yeah.
for growth and value creation.
That's the dream.
We've only really just scratched the surface here today.
Yeah.
But I hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought.
Some inspiration.
If you're ready to really, dig in deep
Yeah.
to those 5 ways an entrepreneurial culture can boost value,
Mm-hmm.
be sure to check out the full article, 5 Ways an Entrepreneurial Culture Increases Company Value.
Such a good one.
We'll have a link for you in the show notes.
You got it.
And remember, investing in your company's culture
Mm-hmm.
is honestly one of the smartest business decisions
Absolutely.
you can make.
Couldn't agree more.
It's an investment
Yeah.
that will pay off
Mm.
for years to come,
For sure.
not just in terms of, dollars and cents,
Right.
but also in the overall success and the
Yeah.
resilience of your business.
Long-term thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep
diving deep.
those awesome cultures.
Keep building those amazing businesses.
Yeah.
And keep cultivating those
That's right.
incredible company cultures.
So important.